going to be Spanish?
No, it's going to be in English. Hey, just for you guys to know, I have my very own talk show, and it's been approved by the company. Thank you for approving that. And even though you don't know anything about it, you approved it. And the guys from the creative department have generated all this stuff for me to have. So it's just a wonderful thing. Oh, I think there's something. You guys are getting some drinks, which is fine. You know, it's always nice to share.
It's always good to have champagne.
Yeah. But I got a couple of things for you before we start. You know, got a little microphone. Here you go, Dr. Bargy. We're gonna use that. Right. And I also got you guys souvenirs. I got mugs. So do you want to have your champagne and that glass, or you want to use the mugs?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well, one of the beautiful things about this talk show, you know, Netflix is really interested in it, and Fox News also called me, is that the guys from the graphic department actually made me an intro. And thank you for coming. Thank you for logging in. This is Ro Knows. This is a talk show. This is our 37th episode. And it is a pleasure today to have Dr. Byung-Young Suh, the owner, president of Bisco Incorporated, and also Dr. Nasser Barji. They are our guests today, and we're going to be talking about Zirconia wine. So first of all, I would like to know about how you guys met. You've been working together for so long, and it's an honor to have you guys here. So Dr. Barji, would you like to tell us how you met Dr. Suh?
I have known Dr.
Speak to the microphone, Dr. Barji. You're the ones that won't hear you. Thank you.
I have known Dr. Suh for the last 35 years.
35 years?
35 years. I have had the pleasure to work with him. He is, I call him my walking dictionary.
A walking dictionary.
If I have any question on composite bonding, he is my source.
He's your source.
And I cannot find the answer in any textbook or Google. I have Dr. Suh.
So you're Googling stuff about composites?
I don't Google. I call it Suh search.
He calls it Suh search.
Pick up the phone and Suh search have the answer for me.
All right, so give the microphone to Dr. Suh now. Now, Dr. Suh, how did you, if you recall, how did you meet Dr. Barji? Where did you meet him?
Well, one of the bar.
In a bar. Cheers, guys! Come on, have a drink. Come on, yes, absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Probably the first time we met is one of the meetings, like AAED or AACD, whatever the meeting. Yeah, dental aesthetic meetings. So that's what I remember.
That's what
but it has been so long, I cannot pinpoint when exactly. Also getting old, you know.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things. Getting old, it has a little trick on your memory. Now, here's the thing. You know, today's topic, what we want to talk about is zirconia bonding. Zirconia bonding is becoming more and more popular. You know, more and more people are doing zirconia restorations.
Right.
With the surface itself, the material itself becoming more and more popular, more and more questions come up. And I don't think that the protocols have been fully developed, all right? So we have a clinician, Dr. Barji, and we have a chemist. So we want to have the full story here, at least to what's the most updated version of what a proper protocol is. Now, Dr. Suh, from a chemical perspective, you recall when zirconia came out, people used to say you couldn't bond to it.
Well, actually, when zirconia first came out, not many people thought you can bond.
Mm-hmm.
So there was the product.
From where?
Well, 3M had, what was it? The sandblasting with
the tribal chemical?
Tribal chemical.
Cojet.
So that was the first one that they applied to, but that was existing beforehand. Actually, they were trying trying to bond to composite.
Right.
So they used the cojet. Now they thought when you cojet or kind of a blast onto the zirconia surface, you can embed it on silicon. So therefore you can apply silane. That's how you can bond. That was their theory, their advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So people asked me, so I said, okay, we'll try. We tried that and found out that actually that was not the case.
It didn't work.
It did not work.
But now I read some articles and I remember you gave a lecture and you had a bunch of articles that stated that cojet worked, and you had a bunch of articles that stated that cojet didn't work. Didn't work.
Right.
Now, thinking about that, the reason why people may have found bonding to the surface wasn't because of the the silica in the particle, but maybe because of the sandblast. More of a mechanical retention bonding.
Well, if you apply sandblasting or the cojet, you have sandblasting effect. But sandblasting effect is not much there. We found out. So we tested actually, cojeted it versus non-cojeted bonding. Maybe a couple of megapascal difference. That's
Okay.
all. And then finally, what I was trying to do was, okay, you cojet it, and then you do the zirconia surface, you look at it under SEM, we see bunch of silica particles are there on the surface, but that was not embedded, it was actually floating on the surface.
So you can wash it away.
So I said, well, this we can probably try out, wash it. So we washed away, and then look under SEM,
They were gone.
none of the silica particle was there.
Well, but that was the beginning.
Right. So that's where, okay, well, now we cannot use that. Therefore, we need to develop a bonding actually primer.
Okay.
So that's how we started to work, and that became Z prime. Since I'm talking, you should give me more.
As he's talking, you should always give him more. Yeah.
So anyway, that's how we found out that zirconia was working.
No.
With the primer we developed.
What about Dr. Bargy? He needs a little something.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I don't drink champagne, Doctor. So I actually have my own thing going on here. I bring my own beer. I bring my own beer because I can't open it. I need something to open my beer. You have anything over there, Chase? Can you help me with something? It doesn't matter. I got a little something here. Go on, Dr. Suck, keep going.
Well, so that's how we started to develop zirconia primer, and that's what finally became Z prime. That is the story.
Okay,
Zirconia prime.
you develop Z prime. And now it's time for a commercial.
What is this?
This is my commercial. Apparently I got no music. My music is failing, and that's okay. So, have you ever had any problems with zirconia bonding? You shouldn't have that problem anymore, because now Bisco offers Z Prime Plus. Z Prime Plus is your dedicated zirconia primer that bonds to zirconia chemically. It again, it's a dedicated primer, and it contains MDP. So if you really want to bond to zirconia, you must use Z Prime. It is available in the United States through Bisco.com and in every country where Bisco has a distributor, which is 67 countries. And we are back. Now, Dr. Suh, and I'll get to you, Dr. Bargy, in a minute. You talk about developing MDP and a primer. You saw the need to develop a dedicated primer. What made you think of, how did you think about Z Prime? How did you envision that?
Well, we knew about MDP and BPDM, but zirconia, being zirconia or any metal organophosphate, we knew it would be very good to bond to metal surface, which is metal iron.
Metal iron.
So zirconia is one of the metal iron. So we tried MDP.
And it worked.
It worked. But Z Prime has not only MDP, has some other
Some other chemistry in there.
chemistry in there to help that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a difference.
But and by you I mean Bisco was the first company that proved that you could bond chemically to zirconia.
Correct. So there was not only the bond strength, and also after bonding at the bonded surface, we look under SEM. On the surface of zirconia, there was a debris remaining, which was actually zirconia primer plus, let's say,
Your cement?
Cement was there, stuck hard on the surface. So I assumed that there was a chemical bonding going on, but I didn't know how to approach to prove that. And then we went to Northwestern University.
Yes.
And then eventually that
We did the SIMS.
SIMS technique.
Right. Secondary ion mass spectroscopy. Right.
So by SIMS method, that proved that MDP was interacting with the zirconia.
So there was a chemical bond
Chemical
between
bonding.
MDP and the zirconia.
Zirconia.
Proven, published.
So it's proved, chemically proved.
Absolutely.
It's published also.
Absolutely. Now,
So we are only one, I think at this point, that's only one paper showing that MDP chemically bond to zirconia.
MDP chemically bonds to zirconia, proven by a paper
Okay, but
published
there's
from out of here.
another paper from Japan. There was a little different. Actually, nuclear magnetic resonance. They showed the possibility with MDP with the zirconia, like ionic bonding and some hydrogen bonding.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
So there's two written papers right now available in the market.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, give that to Dr. Barji.
Here's
Make
my-
sure you talk to the microphone. Now, Dr. Barji is a clinician. As a clinician, zirconia comes out. You have your first zirconia crown in your hands. What do you do with it?
The very first thing I would do, I would sandblast.
No. When you had your first zirconia crown, way back,
Way back.
what did you do?
10
What did
years.
you do to it? How did you cement it? Did you use glass ionomer, zinc phosphate? Do you use a resin modified glass ionomer, a resin containing cement? What did you do?
The
Initial attempt, I guess.
Probably I was at the first 100 units that I bonded.
Beer is amazing, by the way. This is great stuff. This is pumpkin, but it is so great. Go on.
I cemented them with resin modified glass ionomer cement.
Did it work?
It worked perfect, yeah.
It worked
Because
perfectly.
At that time, I relied on retention.
Okay, so it is your preparation rather than your bond.
That's correct.
So it was being retained due to your biomechanical prep.
That is correct.
So the case, the fully retentive case, I guess.
Right, it's a fully retentive case.
And later on, I cemented some with Panavia.
Panavia.
And Panavia contained MDP.
Now we're talking a product from Curare.
That's right. And they
So
did
Curare owned the patent on MDP,
That's correct.
which expired.
That's correct.
Thank you, Curare. Now we make it better. Go on.
So those bonded or called cemented with Panavia, they have done good. I say all of them in the mouth.
But it's because of the MDP that is contained in the cement.
That's right. And the number of papers published on that one, that Panavia is effective bonding to zirconia.
All right. So you went from glass ionomer to Panavia.
That's correct.
Okay. Now I've seen you lecture about zirconia.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've seen you lecture. Do you believe zirconia is gaining popularity? I do. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. There's no question.
Now, do you see this worldwide? Because I know you're a worldwide traveler and you lecture all over the world. Do you see this becoming popular all over the world?
If you look at that one, porcelain fused metal is losing ground they've lost ground by nearly 80% in the last
Wow.
8 years.
Wow. So less people are doing porcelain fused to metal and more people are doing what?
Zirconia.
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 Now, why would you use zirconia? Why would you offer zirconia to your patients instead of porcelain fused to metal, let's say, regardless of price?
Okay.
Are there some snack?
Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go on. Go on.
A is more conservative than porcelain fused metal.
More what?
Conservative.
Than porcelain fused to metal?
In terms of tooth preparation.
Yeah, tooth preparation.
You do less preparation.
You're the only one eating.
I'll get this on. Go on.
Number 2 is aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
The ability that we can polish it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is less abrasive to opposing teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, today with technology is very practical to fabricate them.
Hold on to that thought. I think it's time for a break. Let's go for a break.
Do you need a break?
We need a break, yeah. You know, some people get tired, they need to go to the bathroom. We don't care about that.
I can't breathe the karate.
Okay, you know. Well, and we're back. And we're back. Thank you for coming back. We're having here Dr. Byung-In Suh and Dr. Nasser Barji. We're talking about zirconia bonding. And Dr. Barji was just talking about how polished zirconia works really well regarding, you know, the wear of opposing teeth. Could you please elaborate a little more on that?
Zirconia is much kinder to opposing teeth than any ceramic system.
Is that a fact, Dr. Barji?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you believe that zirconia actually is a product, a material that should be used more and more?
That's correct. And today, the zirconia we're using is monolithic, so it's not layered.
Okay.
The problem we had with zirconia was the layering component, that was
Okay.
shipping. That is being pretty much eliminated. Today we have shaded zirconia, you have cubic zirconia, they're more translucent. they're
Now,
more
Dr.
aesthetic.
Barji, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to interrupt. I want to know from a world-class lecturer as yourself, if you had to do a zirconia restoration today, well, not today because you've been drinking a lot. You shouldn't be driving.
Sure.
Are you driving?
Not today.
Dr. Barji is not driving. Let's make sure the people from the police in Schaumburg, Chicago, and the state police of Illinois knows that Dr. Barji is not driving. Now, Dr. Barji, what would you do today if you have Dr. Suh in your chair and you have the zirconia restoration in your hand? What would your protocol be? Go on.
My protocol is actually, this protocol has been published. Before I mention that one, I would like your audience, just Google bonding zirconia in 2018, and it is 2018. How many papers were published and references in 2018?
How many, Dr. Barji? Please.
Over 700 papers.
So it is a hot topic.
In 2018,
That's
in the
just-
last 6 months.
So that's just 2018. So it is a hot topic.
Now, if you look at 2017, we had 1,200 papers.
1,200
They were
papers.
just on bonding zirconia.
So what I'm okay, but this is really interesting because this is by having this much work being done means that we're still trying to find.
We are making progress.
That's awesome.
We are making progress.
Do you believe zirconia makes dentistry better?
I think zirconia is much better and will get better.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what would you do in order to bond a zirconia on Dr. Suh's tooth?
Okay, based on a paper by Marcus Blatt,
Dr. Blatz from University Penn.
7.
Penn.
They
yeah.
call it A.
Greetings, Dr. Blatz. Greetings. Okay.
They call it APC,
Which means?
air abrasion, primer,
Mhm.
and composite.
Okay, what kind of? Okay, so when you talk about air abrasion, we're talking about some sort of powder,
Sandblasting.
sandblasting.
Yeah.
We're talking about some sort of pressure.
Oh, you're talking sandblasting is, if you look at literature, at the beginning we had problem with sandblasting.
Okay.
We thought sandblasting caused damage to zirconia.
Yes.
But we don't believe that anymore.
We don't-
Because we
Provided
know
it's
how
a
to
law.
sand.
Say that again.
Right.
Give the microphone to Dr. Suh. Oh, put it there. So you were saying.
Provided that you don't shoot
Yeah,
with a big
we don't-
particle.
Okay, so big particle. So particle size is
Absolutely. I'm going
Particle
to show
size.
the five important steps to remember in sandblasting.
Yes.
Number 1, pressure
Pressure,
should be 2.8 bars.
which is about 40 psi.
Less than that.
A little bit less than that.
Yeah, about
All right,
30.
good,
Say
good, good.
37.
Number
Yeah,
1.
37.922. There we
That's
go.
correct.
I got that right. You can check it out on Google. Go
Number
on.
2, distance.
Okay.
About 1 to 2 centimeter.
1 to 2 centimeters.
That
Now,
is
Dr.
correct.
Barji, we are in the United States of America.
Well,
you need to
3/4
talk
of an inch.
3/4 of an inch.
That's-
Yes, you know, the United
that's
States
correct.
does not use the metric system, Dr. Barji. Go on.
Number 3, time.
Okay.
20 seconds.
So you're talking about now? Do you think in 20
Period.
seconds you have enough time to cover the whole
That
surface?
is all you need.
How many have you done?
Well more than 5,000.
5,000 zirconia restorations, and you're saying that 20 seconds to sandblast that restoration is enough.
That is enough.
Restoration.
Okay, so go on.
Number 3, the size of the particles.
What are the, because we now before you say size, we need to know what kind of particles. You know, we have sodium
Not the
bicarbonate,
size.
we have aluminum oxide,
Aluminum oxide.
Aluminum
known as
oxide.
Lumina.
all right, and then
Aluminum.
okay, and what is
50
the size?
micron.
50 micron. What about if you do it 75 micron?
Anything from 50 to 120 micron, the study has shown that is effective.
So 50 microns. Why 50 microns? Because it's a more popular.
Because it's bigger than that one, it can cause detrimental damage to zirconia, can cause major changes on zirconia.
In the zirconia surface.
That's right.
Okay, and
And finally, the angle.
now that's a difficult one, Dr.
No, that's because if you go 90 degree, you can cause crater formation.
Yeah, put the microphone on your mouth so people can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
If you go 90 degree, we can cause crater formation.
Okay, so you can't go like this.
That's right. You angle it 60 degree.
So okay.
That's a more mechanical.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're
So
looking at
that's
okay.
right.
So let's go. Let's go through all of this, and you correct me
5
if
of
I'm
them.
wrong. Okay, we got 5. 1, size of the particle size
50.
microns. We're looking at pressure. We're looking at 2.8 bars,
Bars.
or 37.992
That's correct.
psi. We're looking at
Distance.
which is 3/4 of an inch, or how many centimeters?
1 to 2 centimeters.
1 to 2 centimeters.
So it's a half.
We're looking at time, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
And we're looking at angle, 60 degree.
That means it's a very brief sandblasting.
Okay. After you sandblast, so that's A.
Before you go.
Give him the microphone,
He's-
Dr.
no,
Barker.
no, that's okay. He said 50 micron. That's not absolute. Actually, some paper shows 30 micron.
Oh, that's
Although
correct.
30 micron is not many people has it, but 30 micron is,
The best.
I wouldn't say best. Between 30 to 50 micron will be the best choice. That's
Okay. So 30 to 50 micron.
That indeed can make zirconia stronger
How is that?
because you have transformation on the surface of composite,
Of the zirconia.
the toughening, and make it stronger.
Okay.
Like 10 to 15% stronger.
Wow, that's good to know.
That's right.
So actually, when you sandblast, you make it stronger.
That's correct.
Okay.
So zirconia should be sanded regardless of bonding or cementing because you make it stronger.
Okay. Now, you sandblast it. Now, what do?
Sandblast it.
Yeah.
Then you take it to the mouth.
You
Try
try it.
it.
Try it.
You try it.
You try.
Let's not get there.
Okay.
Okay. Let's not explain why are you going to do what you're going to say you're going to do. But you tried it, then what?
You check the occlusion,
Check occlusion.
check the margin.
Okay.
If there is minor adjustment to be done, it is done.
Okay.
You. Oh, I'm sorry. No. I apologize. We go back. I made a mistake.
Accept it.
I made a
Yeah.
mistake. I made a
Dr.
mistake.
Bargy made a mistake, and we need to acknowledge that.
That has we call
Regardless
it,
of
we call
the
it
mistake,
champagne effect.
He has apologized, and he's okay with champagne chase. Don't worry about it. But so basically, he apologized because you're going to
Okay.
rephrase
The
it.
first-
rephrase it.
That's correct. I'm going to paraphrase it.
Okay, go on.
After sanding, we prime it.
Okay.
You prime.
So you sandblast, you prime it,
That is correct.
and then you try it in.
Because saliva contamination will have adverse
Let's not
effect.
talk about that. We'll talk about that later on. So you prime it. So your step is sandblast, prime it, and then try it in. What do you use to prime it?
Z prime. Z
Put
prime.
that right here.
And I like Dr. Saw to explain.
He will do that, but let's go.
Okay.
Let's go back to the clinical. So you prime it, and then now what? You try it in.
You prime it, and how to prime.
How do you prime?
That's important. How to prime. You apply it.
I got Chase telling me to. He's telling me things that I need to say, Dr. Sa, and I'm not paying any attention because he has absolutely no power over what we're doing.
Okay.
Just to make sure, Chase is just giving me a hard time, giving us a hard time.
Who is Chase?
That's what I'm saying. Go on.
You apply Z prime,
Mhm.
wait 20 seconds.
You need to wait 20 seconds.
That's right.
Yes.
20, 30 seconds. Remove all the excess.
Yes.
And wait at least 5 to 10 minutes.
You wait 5 to 10 minutes.
That's good.
Now let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
If you get the zirconia restoration today from the lab, but you're gonna try it in tomorrow, can you do that procedure
You
today?
can- it's better.
So you do it today, put it in a drawer, and then when the patient comes, you can try it.
That is correct.
Then you can try it, and it will not be contaminated.
That is correct.
Because it will be sealed.
That's right.
Basically, what you're doing is sealing the
You're
restoration.
correct.
That's awesome. Give me a ball. Dr. Bargy, I love you, man. You're the man. Now, once you sealed, what do you do?
Then we call the patient.
Call
Or
the
we go to
patient.
the mouth.
Right, we go to the mouth.
We go to the mouth.
All right.
Remove the provisional.
Yes.
Pumice the tooth.
That's clinical work. What do you do with the crown?
Try it in the mouth.
Okay.
On the tooth.
It will not be contaminated.
No.
Okay, go on.
We go to the mouth, check the margin,
Yes.
check the occlusion.
Yes.
If everything is correct,
Yes.
remove it.
Yes.
Use some ethanol
Yes.
to remove kill in the saliva.
You remove the saliva that it's in the surface.
That's right.
But it's not contaminated.
That's right.
It's just there.
That's right.
It's sitting there.
Uh-huh.
You remove it with ethanol.
Uh-huh.
And then what?
Then bond it.
Bond it. What do you use to bond it?
Anterior or posterior?
Well, let's say posterior.
Posterior. Posterior, you would like to have good options.
Okay.
A, you have dual cure.
Dual cure.
That is dual link.
Dual link. Dual link
Awesome.
universal. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, you like that.
Okay.
What else could you use?
Number 2, you can use self-etching cement.
Self-adhesive cement.
Yes,
Any
self-adhesive
sieve
cement.
will work, so you don't need to do anything on the tooth.
No,
All right. But we're thinking that you have enough retention on the preparation.
that's correct.
Okay. So that's your protocol. Okay. Now, give the microphone to Dr. Sa. I need you to hold this because now we're going to chemical. Let's say somebody gets the zirconia restoration sandblasted from the lab, but tries it in first, Dr. Sa. Tries it in first, meaning
Bad thing to do.
bad thing to do. That's a bad thing. But let's say that, but you know, a lot of people do that because there is a, I don't want to say that people don't know.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, they have no reason to know.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so that's
So
okay.
your normal step is to try it in, but it's already sandblasted. What happens when you try it in?
So in zirconia, so we talk about primer MDP, which is organophosphate primer. Now, so when you're trying to sandblast the surface of zirconia, now you will have a contact with the saliva.
Okay.
Saliva contains, among other electrolytes, that there is a phosphate.
Okay.
Phosphate will chelate or bond to zirconia. The zirconia surface will be already bonded by organophosphate.
So your bonding sites will be depleted by saliva.
By saliva.
Okay.
So therefore, now if you try to clean with ethanol, it will not come off.
Okay, so because the surface has reacted.
Reacted or chemically reacted.
How do I remove that reacted surface, that
So,
chemically reacted surface?
That,
Hey Chase, I'm ready for another one.
chemically sandblast, but no need of sandblasting. Actually, chemical means will be any high alkaline material,
So something with a high pH.
high pH,
We're talking about 14, 15, 13.
pH
Okay.
12, 13.
Okay.
Which is product name wise, Evo Clean,
EvoClean from Ivoclar.
Ivoclar.
Ivoclar people, how you guys doing? If you're watching, it's a good thing because you are learning. You are learning. Go on.
And then
How do you like that, Dr. Bargy?
I love it.
I'm killing it. Go on.
I love
from Visco, Zirconia.
Zirclean. So we have a product that will do that.
It's
So
the
basically,
same. It's the same.
so
principle,
it's the same principle. Yes.
So all phosphate ion attached to zirconia can be removed by high alkaline liquid. Which
That's
is
awesome. That's
Zir-
awesome.
Okay.
Zirclean.
Zirclean or EvoClean.
All right. So you apply that, and then after you apply that, you don't need to re-sandblast because it's already been sandblasted.
Well, let me just talk about that one more time. So some people may think, before we talk about this high alkaline, they are used to clean with the etchant.
Yes.
etchant is phosphoric acid.
Yes.
Actually, they will still not do anything on the phosphate surface.
Okay.
So normally you could use phosphoric acid if it's other surface like a
Like
porcelain surface or emax surface, no problem. But zirconia surface you cannot clean with the phosphoric acid.
okay.
Okay, so that's so that means other reasons. Let's say if you want to clean zirconia surface with phosphoric acid, it's not recommended.
Okay, it's
Because
not.
of that.
Okay, so phosphoric acid is a no-no on
No, no,
zirconia.
no.
Okay.
So that's
That's, okay, so in a heartbeat, it was, look, having you guys talk about this, and by the way, I need to use my own microphone because I cannot use that one. Let me just put this one right here. Thank you, having you guys here, whatever amount of units, 5,000, we're talking about your veneers. How many have you done over the course of so many years? And of course, Dr. Sa, being my mentor, being someone who has taught me about how much passion I need to have about bonding, and I do. Having you guys here, it's an honor. And hopefully this episode of Raw Nose is being watched by many people, and hopefully it will be watched by many more people, many more young doctors or doctors that want to, start doing more zirconia, because it's just amazing the amount of knowledge that I have sitting next to me. However, I am going to give you guys, I'm going to give you guys some, this is a little souvenir right here, it's a little sticker, and the little sticker, Dr. Bargy, you can read what it says right there. What does it say?
Now know.
Now I know why. Thanks to Ro. And I am Ro.
Rolando.
That's right. And it's been a pleasure and an honor to have Dr. Byung-In Suh and Dr. Nasser Barji join us to share their knowledge about zirconia bonding. There is no way you can get this kind of information anywhere else. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's coming out of Visco. It has to do with the fact that it's coming out of a Raw Nose episode, because I do know. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next episode.